Yo, that intro's sick.
it actually woke me up, mate.
Sick.
That intro,
Yeah,
guys.
Wow.
God, what an intro.
What an intro, man. How much does that set Grizz back? Flipping that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, guys, if you don't like our content, at least like this video for that intro, because that's a belter. How we doing? Young Bucks are back, guys. We're back. I know you missed us. The GOAT show on the channel. The last time we were on, we had this controversial City fan in the corner, so it was only right to bring him back on. Sorry we're late, by the way. As Ben said, it's all Hamza's fault. Because he was out there at Power League, wherever he was, scoring more goals than Haaland's gonna score this season. So fair enough. He's got to do that, guys. You know what to do. You have to smash that like button, please. It helps so much. It makes us happy. It's all we live for. So let's eat up that like button. Shout out Nonya, the GOAT, the main man. Obviously, I anticipate our numbers are going to be down today because the big six are on at the same time. But we know where the banter is. We know where the real show is. We know where the football opinions, the GOATed football opinions lie. And that's right here. And starting with one of those GOATed opinions, it's the man. Oh, I've bottled that. There, Mr. Ben, my co-host. How we doing, bro?
Yeah, to be fair, I thought you was talking about Hamza then, so I'm honoured with that intro. I'm good, man. I'm good. Pre-season friendlies have been boring me now. I felt like the first two I was really excited to see the boys back, but now I'm just fed up of the Nunes comps and just constantly watching like disjointed Liverpool teams play. I just want to see the real thing against Man City on Saturday, and I can't wait. Bring it on.
Mate, I think we're all fed up of pre-season. I'm not gonna lie. I'm the worst. I'm the biggest culprit. I don't watch pre-season games, or like when I watch them, I'm normally got it on the small screen. So I'm just glad there's actual football. There we go. Hamza, how we doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man.
A few fan bases recently. How's that going?
Listen. I'm there, man. Listen, I'm doing well. I'm ready for this season starting. Last season was easy for me. And this season, hopefully, it's going to be an easy one as well. So,
what do you mean easy one as well? It wasn't easy last season. What do you mean easy one?
We won more trophies than you last season, Hamza.
Listen, last season I didn't.
You had to crawl it back, bro. On the last day of the season, that's not easy.
Listen, without a striker, but now let's go. Listen, we've got you guys back now. So, guys, prepare. Saturday is the first day. Let's go, Liverpool fans. No excuses, okay?
Hamza, I want you to tell us right now. I was going to save this question. I just want to tell us right now. What is Haaland going to do to the Premier League? Tell me. Gas him up. Listen, I want the clips. I want everything.
Listen, this Premier League is not ready for Haaland. Since the best striker that was here was Thierry Henry. Thierry Henry left a legacy in this league. Haaland's about to leave a legacy that you guys will always remember. Not the Fernando Torres could have left a legacy, but he didn't stay at Liverpool. Suarez left. But this guy loves the club. He loves our club. He knows it. And now he's working with the best manager in the world, with the best squad in the world. Although we haven't got a left back or Sterling replacement. But now, guys, get ready. City have been warning you for years. We don't have a number 9. And you guys have been laughing at us.
You did have a number 9, though. You chose to play him on the wing. That's your problem.
This guy is even Brazil don't play him as a number 9. This guy is number 7, I call him. Listen, now we've got the real number 9. Now, guys, you will see what Man City is made of. Guys, I'm telling you now, prepare. Darwin Núñez better take notes now. This is the face of Premier League, Haaland. Face of Premier League. Remember his name. He's the face of Premier League. Exactly.
This Hamza guy is a man that does not respect his legends. Do you know why? He said Haaland is going to leave the legacy after Thierry Henry. What about Sergio Aguero, my friend? Your all-time top scorer. What I thought. Go on.
Aguero had a legacy. There's no doubt about it. We respect Aguero what he did. But I'm talking about Haaland. Haaland is a special. He's
You
special.
think he's going to be better than Aguero?
Listen, I'm thinking even so hard about one of the greatest. Who was the greatest Liverpool striker? Definitely not Robbie Fowler, not Michael Owen, not Emil Heskey, not
Ian
Neil
Rush.
Mellor. Ian Rush. That's a level now. Let's go.
Heritage. Heritage,
listen,
bro. You don't have that.
Haaland was, when I saw Haaland before that pre-season, just before when I saw the Darwin Núñez compilation, what this fan base did to Darwin Núñez compilation.
You want me to get an Erling Haaland one, bro? I've got one right now. I can send it you.
No, bro, I sweated for it. I knew Erling Haaland already for the compilation. As soon as he scored, I knew. Now, no more pressure now.
A little tapping, that fixes everything. Just a little tapping and all of the bad touches, the misplaced passes, you forget about it all. Just because he scores a tapping. Okay.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, Twitter is a very, very harsh reality, man.
It is. I agree.
I agree. Ben,
yes.
I want you to talk to me as a Liverpool fan. Right. I want you to tell me, because I've tried to just stay away from everything. I'm trying to cleanse my mind before the season. How has pre-season gone for the Reds? What is the mood? Are people confident? Are people worried? I'm seeing all these. It's Núñez slander. Is it a thing? Should it be warranted? How's it going?
To be honest, mate, preseason is, for me, it's gone exactly how I expected, to be honest. Like, I don't think we've had a preseason where we've won every single game. I don't think we've ever had a preseason where we've looked ready from the off. I think, so the Man United game, of course, I expected to lose that because they returned to training, I think, a week and a half before everyone else. I think that was something Ten Hag tried to assert his authority or something, trying to be Ferguson or something like that. I don't know, but they went back way early. They played their strongest team against 3 Liverpool sides that only got 30 minutes each. And all of those teams contained youth players as well. They were sharper, they were fitter. They were expected to win that. I didn't have any problems with that. Then obviously we've had other games, like we've battered Leipzig, then we beat Crystal Palace. No, it was the other way around. We beat Crystal Palace, much better performance. Battered Leipzig, really good performance. And obviously yesterday, similar thing happened. We started off with a rotated squad, like with the players that probably won't start on Saturday. You could make a case for Núñez. And obviously Adrian's probably going to start, which, Hamza, if you don't win, bro, then I'm sorry. It's on a plate for you now. But literally, it's gone as I expected, mate. Like, you know our team, mate. Like, we don't really do that well in pre-seasons. History has shown us that when Liverpool don't do well in pre-seasons, we end up starting the season on fire. And I just go back to that Napoli game where we got battered 5-0, and we heard the same things from our own fans, like, oh, we needed this guy, we needed that guy, Klopp needs to do this, Klopp needs to do that, and we ended up walking the league. And there was one where Salah didn't score a single goal, and everyone was thinking, oh, is it time to move on? Is he a one-season wonder? Blah, blah, blah. So all these questions are natural, and obviously with a striker like Núñez who costs so much money, who, again, isn't the best technically, of course, we have to say that. We've seen the comps, we've seen clips of what he's done with the ball, but he's going to score goals, I'm pretty sure. I'm very confident this guy's going to score goals. We create too many chances. We control too many games for this guy not to score goals for me. Like, so many times last season, we were thinking, oh, if only we had a proper striker in the box. It's like Hamza saying, like, oh, we've done all this without a striker. Well, I'd say we kind of have as well. We don't have a recognised striker either. We played Mane up front a lot of last season. Before then, Firmino, Jota, he's naturally a left winger as well. So you could make the case for us as well, to be fair. But look, I'm as confident as I can be with my team, with the players, with the people that have made these signings. Carvalho, I think, as well, has gone under the radar. I think he's an exceptional signing for, 6 million or whatever it was. So I'm excited. I'm confident. And yeah, bring it on, mate. Like I said, I'm just ready to get into it now.
Hamza, I want the same from you because, well, first of all, I just want to say, on the Adrian point, Haaland, man, big pressure. If he doesn't score against Adrian, Hamza, there's a big problem. There's
some conversations to be had, bro.
There will be conversations. So, but in all seriousness, Hamza, how's City's preseason gone? Because I swear you guys have played like 2 games. One of them was affected by the rain or whatever in America. Who's impressing? Are does the team look good? Because I think you've got a weaker squad now than you had before. Personally, I think you're missing a lot of big characters and players, and you've got a lot of new players that need to gel. You've got players that need to stand up, like Grealish. How's it looking? How are you feeling?
Oh, absolutely. I'm ready for this. I'm ready for this. I trust my manager. One thing about Pep Guardiola, I regard him. I respect him. I respect him for one thing. He's not making excuses before the beginning of the season. Like, unlike your manager who just made an excuse, a nice excuse there. Yeah, come on, guys. Already making excuses before even the season started. I can see Ben drinking that water like Pep Guardiola.
What did he say, bro? What did he say? Tell us.
He said already that Man City will probably be winning the league, and then Liverpool becoming second, which was shameful.
You just won the league, mate. So that tells us that you probably are favourites, and you've just gone and signed he's a £50 million striker, but he's on about 500 grand a week. So you've just signed him. So surely you're favourites now.
If you look at the replacement for Haaland, I've always said that's an Aguero replacement. That's a signing that we've been waiting for 2-3 years, and we've been desperate. We didn't get that signing last season. We missed out on Kane. We've lost on an incredible player who's called Gabriel Jesus, who you guys remember him very well because he used to score against you a lot. He's a very, very, very good player. We've signed Alvarez, who's a young, enthusiastic, but he's got inexperience in the Premier League. So we're inexperienced there up front with Julian Alvarez. We've lost Sterling, who's another goal scorer, and you guys know that Sterling is an important player for our team. And so Pep's going to this league having a weaker squad, as you said. You're right. And all City fans do know that we're a weaker squad, but one of the things about Man City is we're always told, don't make excuses. You're the best team. You got the best manager in the world. You're there to fight. I expect winning mentality. I expect delivering trophies. Community Shield to me is a trophy. I take no jokes in any trophies. As soon as that final whistle happens, I need to see that trophy in Man City. We've claimed it before. We've won everything like domestic quadruple last time. And remember, Liverpool were part of that. We beat in Charity Shield when Leroy Sané, I remember when he got injured. So in terms of this, it's a big game. Big game for us. I think Haaland, he doesn't have much pressure because I think everyone knows that he's playing with the best manager in the world. I think more pressure, I'll be honest with you. The whole fan base in the Premier League think like, because Darwin Núñez costs more, I think they expect more from him. But at the end of the day, my expectation from Haaland, he will easily walk this league. Easy. With no sweat. And I think my team, he's playing with if you look at the preseason, I don't know whether you guys watched preseason, what we did to Bayern Munich. We absolutely jacked Grealish. Players were incredible. I think you can see, I've been saying it for a long time. I hope that football fans can learn from this. Like, the time of spending money, it's finished. Man City are producing one of the best talents in youth football. We had the left back, Esperan Brandt, who was brilliant. Rico James of the right back was brilliant. James McAtee was brilliant. Cole Palmer was brilliant. And we introduced kids. The experience of that, Grealish came on. Grealish was incredible. I'm telling you now, Grealish was one of our players of those two games. He was absolutely unbelievable. Grealish and Haaland, I think they will have a connection there. I think on the right, we know Mahrez is deadly as usual. And Kevin De Bruyne. One of the greatest. I think he will retire as the greatest midfielder ever in this Premier League history. I think he will retire. Mark my words. And I'm not joking about this. And I'm serious. I've always said it. It's a privilege that a player like this, we're so honored. We should be honored like a player like Kevin De Bruyne plays in the Premier League, because this guy, what he did to Bayern Munich, I even feel sorry for Joshua Kimmich. At one point, he picked up the ball, and Joshua Kimmich just looked like Danny Drinkwater chasing him.
Okay, why don't De Bruyne do that in the Champions League semi-final?
The problem is in the semi-final, if Pep had kept him on, we thought that we had won the game. He was on the bench, and if you see all the games that we lost, even the Chelsea one, if Kevin De Bruyne stays, we got that Champions League. We got that Champions League. I think the key thing into this, you will see Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish and Haaland will be absolutely incredible.
Hey, if
I-
if if Courtois doesn't make that save when Mane hits the post, then we win the Champions League. We can all say if some buts and maybes, you know what I mean? Like, we can all do it, bro.
it's hard for me because I'm not gonna lie. I get Hamza's point about KDB because
You love this guy too much, man.
I love him too much. Yeah, I'm
And
making
he's a Liverpool fan as well, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, why didn't he come
I
and
wouldn't
play
say.
for?
I'm not saying he's retiring as the greatest Premier League midfielder, but I'm saying I think right now he's the best footballer on planet Earth, personally. And pains me to say it, but I'll back that opinion. But look, he's also an injury-prone guy, and just like Haaland, can you rely on? Because you take Haaland or KDB out that Man City side, it's a completely different side, and you don't have the characters now, the Jesuses, the Sterlings, the Zinchenko's, these types of guys. Gundogan's getting a year older. Fernandinho's gone. These guys normally step up when these guys are injured. They're not there anymore, so you're gonna have to rely on the youngsters. But yeah, sorry, Ben. I mean,
No,
I don't think.
I just had a question for Hamza as well. Just talking on Haaland. Just checked here. He missed 16 games last season for injury. Is that a concern?
That's not a concern. I think one of the things that people don't understand that Man City is built on, it's a team game. Like if you see all our goals, that it always come from a different type of player. Like for example, I'll give you Gandagas at one point was carrying us. Rodri was carrying us in certain games, like against the Arsenal, against the Everton. Foden carried us against the likes of Liverpool. You had players like Jesus, and at the end of the day, in Man City, we don't rely on one player. Football is a team sport. We rely on multiple players. Liverpool, otherwise, though, it's all take out Trent. You completely see a completely different game because the threat comes from that side. If you take out Trent, it's a major concern.
You can say the same about KDB.
You can say the same about
KDB.
both sides.
No, KDB, I think he can get replaced easily with Gundogan. Gundogan can take you, and we've seen that before 2 years ago when Gundogan when KDB got injured for 3 months.
When we won the league, all we heard was, "Oh, Liverpool have ran away with it because Laporte was injured." That's literally all we heard.
Yeah, but remember that the reason is like we had our captain missing. Imagine you had Van Dijk, we had Company, we lost Company that season. We went to that season without replacing Company. Then we're losing Laporte, and that was too incredible. This is the guys that we should have got, at least replace Company. We went there to that season having not two centre backs who were incredibly, and we had to rely on a player called Eric Garcia. I don't know whether you guys remember him. Eric Garcia. He's worse than your defender that you bought from Schalke. What's his name?
No. I'm not letting you have that. He's not
Eric
worse
Garcia's
than
worse,
Kabak. No way.
Eric Garcia.
Are they gonna let him say that?
Hamza, you're lucky. We're lucky. You're lucky. We need you on here for your opinions there, because otherwise, if you'd be off, you cannot. Okay, Kabak, fair enough. Like, he's a young guy, but Eric Garcia, like, he's actually decent. Kabak was not very good.
Have you watched Eric Garcia?
Have you watched Kabak?
This guy was responsible of getting my team get knocked out in Lyon. The reason why you guys mocked me against Lyon was Eric Garcia, one of the guys. The reason why I didn't win the FA Cup against Arsenal, FA Cup semi-final. Remember Arsenal, Arteta knocked us out, and it was because of Eric Garcia. He's gone to
Pep Guardiola overthought things, as always.
He's gone to Barcelona, and Laporta has just made a claim that Man City sold us 2 frauds, Ferran Torres and Eric Garcia. I'm telling you now, if Eric Garcia played for your club, I think you would have been worse than Phil Babb. There was a defender used to call Phil Babb.
Oh my God.
I think he's that bad.
Eric Garcia is at Barcelona, Hamza. Ozan Kabak went to Norwich, got relegated, went back to Schalke, and now got sold to Hoffenheim. There's levels. Barcelona, as stupid of a club as they are, they ain't that stupid to sign players of that caliber. Understand the facts, right? Eric Garcia, as a fact, is a better centre-back. It's Guardiola's fault for not getting the best out of him. He was a big prodigy in the Spain squad. What happened? Guardiola couldn't get the best out of him. So maybe that says more about your manager than the players. But Ben, so Hamza said he treats the Community Shield as a trophy. You sort of laugh that off. The way I look at it, the Community Shield, if you win it, great. If you don't win it, meh. But I think it's more of a psychological battle, personally, mate. I think even though we lost the 1920 final, the way we played, especially that second half, we sort of dominated them and we were all over Man City. The fact that the players out there on the pitch knew that, it felt like a big momentum swing in our favour going into the new season, even though we didn't get the win in the actual game. How do you feel about it? Do you think it's more psychological and like that the performance on the pitch should be more concerned about?
Of course, like, look, Hamza says he's treating it as a trophy. It's one of them, isn't it? I think Klopp said it as well today. Like, if you win it, brilliant, like, well done. But if you lose it, it's just a friendly at the end of the day. Like, it's just a glorified friendly. So he didn't say it in those words, but that's basically what it is. And look, fair play to Hamza, because if we win it, I'm going to be shameless too. So, you know, it is what it is. We'll both be shameless, I think, if we win. But nah, I hear what you're saying, and I agree. I think that Community Shield, we obviously 1-0 down, and in the second half we just blew them away. Like, there were so many chances where we could have scored. I think Matip actually scored the equaliser, didn't he? And then we lost on pens. So it was disappointing after putting in that performance. But I literally turned to my mate, and you just hit the nail on the head. I said that performance was more important than winning the trophy, because, well, not even trophy, it's a shield, because we proved that we can go head to head with Man City, and that was the level that we was trying to get to. Because the season before, we got to the Champions League final. We lost to Real Madrid. We were hoping, like, oh, you know what, it would be good to go toe to toe with City, because obviously we beat them in the Champions League, we beat them in the league. It is what it is. Like, that's the level that we needed to get to. Obviously, it's going to be tough because they got 100 points. Like, that's just ridiculous. But I always felt like we were heading in the right direction after that game, and that's what I hope to see on Saturday as well. The last time we played City, again, we proved that we can match them on our day. 3-0 up. City did very well to crawl it back. I was in Wembley in that last 10 minutes. That was the most.
We played our second team. We played our second team, Ben.
Oh,
man,
come
on.
These guys are clean. Who else did you play then, bro? It doesn't matter anyways. It doesn't matter who you played. At the end of the day, like, you know, if Pep wanted to dominate all and win all the trophies that he could, he should have played a better team. That's his fault. But yeah, I was very uncomfortable in that last 10 minutes, thinking, oh my God, they're going to do it, because City are just relentless. Like, they don't stop. Yeah. And I feel like Saturday, I don't know how much we can read into it, to be fair, because City, like you said, have only played twice. We've played a couple times more, but again, our big key players haven't really played that much, if you think about it. So I don't know how much we can read into it, but I'm just hoping to see a good performance. The one thing I want more than anything is a Núñez goal and Haaland to blank. If I get that, I'm happy. I don't care about the outcome. As long as Núñez scores and Haaland doesn't, I'm happy with that. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I can't wait for it. I am confident, to be fair. A lot of people are panicking on the timeline. As Hamza will know, he goes in spaces with Liverpool fans. Their heads are falling off because we haven't signed a centre mid. We should have signed Nkunku over Núñez. That's another one that I hear quite a lot. And it's just jarring. So I just hope that the boys can go out on Saturday and just kind of make people think, like, what's the fuss about? You know what I mean? Like, why are you moaning every day? So yeah, that's what I want to see.
If do you think, because it's been weird, we've only played 3 or 4. How many preseason games you played? 3? 4? 4. Played 4 preseason games. Normally we play about 6 or 7 or whatever.
We're gonna have 5 though, aren't we? Because we're gonna play Strasbourg.
But then that's the day off. That's literally on Sunday, and it makes no sense to have a game. We'll probably play the kids or something. But still, like, it's quite a scarce build-up. Hamza, how many preseason games have City played? 2?
Yeah, we've played 2. We've had 100% winning. We've won 100%.
You had to bring that in. Well done. The preseason trophy goes to Man City. Well done. To be fair, I know City don't rarely play games. Does that concern you? Or do you think... because I know loads of teams want to play lots of preseason games just to get the rhythm. But does it concern you that you've only played 2 and you're going into the Community Shield?
It does a bit concerning because you want to get match fit, but at the end of the day, I think City have been working on the training like a lot. I think they've been focused on training and working hard in the training ground. And I think they don't want to risk injuries. When you're playing preseason, sometimes you're at risk of like getting injuries and all that. And I think you guys have lost already players, is it, in the preseason already?
Yeah, so Alisson's not going to be there. Jota's not going to be there. Ox, I don't think he's even kicked a ball yet, even though that's not really a loss.
Ox
Ramsey's not played.
Not being mentioned. I don't get it. It happens every year, like, and then Klopp just doesn't even mention him. So like, it's like, what is he actually doing? Like, on with the social media team on like TikTok or whatever. Like, give us an update on him because whatever. But yeah, Hamza, you're lucky. Jotted the slaughter. Is that what they call him? He's not there. Because I'm very certain that he's the type of guy that would score against you. But Ben, does that concern you as well? I'm going to ask you the same question. That we've played less preseason games, or do you think a bit like Hamza that the work's been done on the training ground and it's sort of a fresh approach to it?
Yeah, I mean that's what I hope at least. I mentioned it earlier. Like the big players haven't played as much for whatever reason as I'd like them to. But I think that is because we've got this game on Saturday. If we didn't have a Community Shield, I think they would have played a lot more. But yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you want to win against City no matter what it's in. So I probably think some of it's gone into that, and then obviously we've got the Strasbourg game, and I'm assuming the likes of Harvey Elliott, Jones, Carvalho, if they don't start on Saturday, they'll play in that. So yeah, it's not really a concern because, like you say, we know how much these guys do off the pitch. Like the running, the pressing stuff they all do in training is an absolute joke. And we all know James Milner will win everything as well when it comes to that, by the way. All of those lactate tests and all of that. But no, as long as they've got the inhalers, mate, at the ready, then we should be good.
The old asthma pumps. I think we've registered Nunes as asthmatic as well. Sadly for him. So I think hopefully he can get the help he needs. But I'm going to ask you both a question. Chat, I'm going to ask you a question as well. Chat will need to get involved. I'm going to give you a countdown. I just want one word. You'll get it when I ask this question. But I'm going to ask you both on the count of 3. Who is the better player? Salah or KDB? 3, 2, 1.
KDB.
KDB. Oh, easy. Easy.
I was really hoping you were going to say Salah, mate, so we could have
better football player.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, who is more important to their football team, Salah or KDB?
Salah.
Oh, guys, see. Okay, I'm gonna combat you. So, actually, yeah, no, I do think it's Salah as well.
Without Salah, I don't think Liverpool are a major threat. Like literally,
where do we get 30 goals from?
Like you don't.
So true, yeah.
We no one will be scared of you. I'll not be scared of Liverpool at all. Fabio Carvalho, Darwin Nunes, and who's the other guy?
Luis Diaz.
Carvalho,
Luis Diaz. No chance. Listen. I will not even swear. I'll go to sleep early that day. There's no way. More Salah.
But if we didn't have Salah, we'd sign somebody else. So
basically, Mr. Liverpool is Mo Salah. Mr. Man City is a team. There's no such thing as Mr. Man City.
Yeah, but the closest thing you are to a one-man team is KDB.
Did Jota and Mane both got 20 goals last season, though, no?
Don't make me bring Bernardo Silva into it.
Okay. Why? Bernardo runs your team, but KDB alongside KDB, but KDB is that X factor. Without KDB, you lose that sort of X factor.
Nunez just made a good point, by the way.
We've won a league without KDB twice.
Without Mane and Salah, we won all our games. So
yeah, when they weren't, and we had tough games. We had we had the Arsenal games in the League Cup. We had Palace away, Brentford at home. Who else was it? Leicester at home, where Salah came off the bench, which we won, which was like Diaz's debut, I think. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we have players that can step up. Obviously, the dynamic of losing Salah on that left-hand side, but then you look at the running. Salah wasn't his normal self. against Man City in the cup final, Mane stood out in that game. Diaz stood out. Salah was a bit of a passenger. So look, I think it's closer than you think, to be honest. But
I'm just saying that if you take out 2 players from Liverpool, we're talking about might not even finish top 4. I take out Van Dijk and I take Mo Salah out. There you are. Remember, you lost Van Dijk. You luckily came third.
We lost all our centre backs and we came
lost
third.
all of them. When Van Dijk got injured, we were fine. It was when Gomez and Matip then went. That's when it was done.
No, I think yeah, no. Finally,
no. In the long run, I agree. I think not
chance.
having Van Dijk would have costed us, but we don't know that because up until Gomez and Matip both got injured, we were still top of the league. It's when they got injured that's when it all fell apart. But I agree. I don't think we would have won the league without Virgil that season in the long run because I think we would have just dropped too many points.
And I'll tell you that's the season that's how bad it became. Like I felt sorry for you so much. I swear to God, I supported you guys to get the top 4 because I just didn't want you guys not to get top 4. I said let them just. And when Alisson scored, I jumped up. And my mom said, "Why are you so happy?" I said, "Listen, Liverpool. I just want Liverpool to be top 4. I want them to challenge next season."
Because deep down we're the only team that can sustain a challenge.
Yeah, without us, it'll literally be like the Bundesliga or French league. And I know people laugh when we say that, but it's actually true. Like City would just win it by 15 points every season.
It is. Klopp is an incredible manager. One of the greatest managers ever. Like there's no doubt about it. He's united your team together. He's united a team of force. He's united your fan base together. And I think you can see that. And I think the only thing that he would wish for is Pep Guardiola to leave the club. Listen, I'm sorry to break that news. When Pep Guardiola signs, it's another couple of years of getting second again and winning Community Shield and not winning.
Guy, man.
And it's going to be... Listen, I'm telling you now, I'm just waiting to see.
All good things come to an end, bro. There's going to be a drop-off. There has to be. You can't just keep winning the league. There has to be a drop-off.
Mourinho rattled Guardiola out of Spain. I'm pretty sure Klopp is very close to doing the same to Guardiola. Because it is true. Klopp's a rash to Guardiola. Guardiola is this perfect manager with this great system, this beautiful style of play. And everywhere he goes, there's a rash. He had Mourinho in Spain. Then he went to Germany. He had Klopp there. Just his Dortmund side were causing problems. And now, look, his Liverpool side are causing problems. We saw in the all or nothing for Man City how scared. And that was our 17-18 team. That was us. That was the great 100-point Man City team that were the best Premier League team of all time, according to you. He was scared of Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Emre Can, Jordan Henderson, James Milner in midfield. He was scared. So think about what he is now.
I think Pep Guardiola's what he does to this Premier League is beyond humiliation. I think he mocks this league, but he knows how to play on the camera so nice. Like people pretend as if it comes out as if he's scared, but the start of the season happens again that he just mocks this league. He becomes so desperate. Like now everyone knows like City are favourite, despite City not having a left back. It's such a shocking like I told fans base, I was like, listen, pray that I get a left back because I'm sweating every night. I don't have Cucurella because of the stinginess of Brighton FC not accepting a 30 million bid. Now I'll probably be left without a left back. Now I have to play Esperon Brandt. You've never heard of him. You've never heard of this 17, 18-year-old that we're playing left back. And we're not making excuses about that. Man City are not making excuses about playing a youngster as a left back. But we just say, give us at least a player, a left back that we need. We've lost Zinchenko. We've lost now Sterling. And we're still not making excuses.
How much has Pep spent on defenders? Is it 500 million since he's been there?
No,
I have no sympathy, bro.
If you look this season, in fact, we've made more profit than any team in history. For the first time, but it's going to be many years to come. You can see this was what the legacy we were building. This is a legacy that people were sleeping and they thought Man City will be here to be spending money. I'm sorry, but now we're looking at the youngsters of Man City all going to Southampton, Leeds, now going to Bayer Leverkusen. Man City is producing the next gold, talents, the best talents of world
Why don't you
football.
use those then instead of buying 50
You're
million
saying-
pound left back?
Yeah. You're saying
Because-
you can't use you're complaining about using a 17, 18-year-old at fullback, and then you're saying you have the best talents. Look, when Nathaniel Klein got injured at Liverpool, we didn't dive into the transfer market. We just went to our academy and got Trent Alexander-Arnold out of there, who was 17,
The
18.
rest is history.
And he's for me the best young English talent in world football right now. So
And the same that what we did when we lost a World Cup winner, a Euro winner of a name called David Silva, that probably Liverpool haven't got a name of World Cup winner. I don't think you got a World Cup winner in your side. When we lost him, we went to our youth team and we took the likes of Phil Foden that you still talk about, and that tells you about money can't buy that. This is about football, creating the next football generation of an academy that looks up to the likes of Barcelona. I think England are very lucky. England are very lucky, and they should be privileged to be great for a club like Man City now, producing the next upcoming best talents of English football. That probably will give us an opportunity of winning the World Cup in the next couple of years. I think next season, this charity showed whether Esperan Brown plays or Cole Palmer plays. I expect the same. I expect them to bring the trophy home. I will not accept anything less than a trophy. It's unacceptable. I want to create that mentality that everything is about winning. I'm not used to losing. I'm sorry to say that. I'm not used to losing. The day I lost to Crystal Palace, I was depressed. And you think that I'm going to sit down there, watch Man City lose to Liverpool? No chance. Bernardo will not allow that. I'm pretty sure
a few
Bernardo
months ago.
And that's what will beat you. I think that what we want is you will see a team that's confident, a Haaland that wants to show the world why the world wanted him. And I'm pretty sure no one wanted Nunes. If you look, it's only Liverpool,
Well, it
but the
did.
whole world
United
stood up
wanted
for
him.
Haaland. And now you're gonna see that the best upcoming team with a mixture of a youth team who are gonna do very well for Man City. But I hope we get a left back, Cucurella, and I hope Brighton accepts and they can just be lenient, because otherwise I feel sorry for players like. I feel sorry for Cucurella that he will never play for Spain in the World Cup ever if he plays for Brighton. He has
gone
to
on, Hamza, you've gone on about your youth for the last 5 minutes, and then you've just gone, I hope we get Cucurella.
You want a 50 million pound left back?
Just to solve your problems, easy solution. You've gone on
Because-
about all these great talents. Who's realistically come through? Phil Foden. No one else. No one else. Sancho had to get sold.
If you look
is it
at the
Adebayo
likes if you look at the likes of Jack Harrison, where did he come from? If you look at the likes of Trippier, where did they come
Jack Harrison.
So I know. I think give us a chance this season. I think I just want a left back, because if then let's say for example if we play Esron Brandt and he gets injured, we're finished. Who do we play as a left back?
Here come the excuses.
Who do you play if we lose that youngster of an 18-year-old? Let's say for example, this is why I need a player like Cucurella at least, and if Man City get a left back, then we can talk about we need to strengthen that left back. It's so important, guys. I'm telling you now.
Have Cancelo, who got into the PFA Team of the Year playing at left back, who is apparently the greatest fullback in the world, and you have Nathan Ake, who can competently play at left back. It's your fault you sold Zinchenko and didn't replace him, just like how you sold Fabian Delph and didn't replace him. So, look, if you get injuries to Cancelo or Ake, then it's you have to play the 18-year-old, and let's see this great Man City academy come through. Because
I don't know whether you watched preseason. He did very well. The likes of Coleman and Sergio Gnabry, he kept them in the pockets, and he's only an 18-year-old boy from Manchester City.
I've seen many youngsters have great preseasons and turn out into nothing. To be honest, I've seen Ryan Brewster look like prime R9 in preseason and turn into nothing. So I hope the kid has a good career, but I don't think you can judge a youngster off how they play in preseason. If he hasn't played any Premier League football, then he probably needs to go on a loan or something. It's not easy to slot into that Man City team.
It's true, but in terms of I think preseason is very important. Like if a player shows that that's how they're gonna play at the preseason, shows that he wants to win and he wants to cement that place as his position. This is why the likes of Ashley Cole came through, because they had the opportunity of someone believing in him as a left back. But I think we need to give that youngster a chance, but we also just need to cement that left back of getting a player who's experienced like Cucurella. Use this 5 substitution, especially a busy season. I think this is going to be the most difficult season, guys. I promise you that you'll see. This is going to be the most difficult season we will ever have in the Premier League.
It can't be more difficult than 18-19. We literally lost a game and didn't win the league. So it can't be difficult than that. It can't. It's literally...
Are you talking about the World Cup though, Hamza? Are
the
you
World Cup, middle of the season, going back, coming back, restart again. And I just think I'm stressed. That's the part that stresses me out. I think City need to prepare very carefully. And you know, City fans also want the best for their players, because Liverpool fans don't want their players to go to the World Cup and play and win the World Cup. But we want our players to go and win the World Cup. I want to see a City player coming with the World Cup. That's what we want. Most Liverpool fans just care about Liverpool. Me, I care about my players, like where they play, how they play internationally at both Premier League level. So to me, I want KDB to do well. So, and they can risk injuries, and that's the scary part, that I'll be playing all these tournaments. How many games are we playing in October or something? Like 6, 7?
A lot. That's all I know. It is a lot.
Stressful already. I don't know how you guys are. Don't worry, you'll be coming to me and say Hamza was right.
Well, I think if any two clubs are suited for this, it's Liverpool and Man City, because they've got the bigger squads. I think people forgetting that we have the 5 subs rule. It's going to benefit. People are saying, I saw someone say, if there's any season someone other than Liverpool City wins the league, it's this season. I'm like, no, because other teams don't have the squads to play 3 games in a week like we do. We have the squads to smash teams. I'll give City credit. We have both our clubs have the squads to smash teams constantly 3 times a week. No other club can do that. So yeah, I agree it'll be hard, but I think it'll be hard. Like, it won't just be hard on us; it'll be hard on the clubs below us. To be honest, like Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, they don't have big enough squads yet to compete with us. But Ben, do you? I wanted to. Well, I was going to ask you about this anyway. How do you feel about like the World Cup? Do you think that's favorable for us, or do you think like there is actually a chance that maybe other teams can get into title races and that we won't see like Liverpool and City hitting 90 points again?
No, it will be us two. I'm pretty sure. I don't see anyone else coming into that mix. But for us, I don't necessarily think we have that many going, to be honest. And if they do, I don't know how many are going to start. Like,
yeah,
we all know the Spain manager's got a big agenda against Thiago for whatever reason. We don't know what that reason is, but he doesn't like him for whatever reason. Trent Southgate hates him. Again, don't know the reason. Is by far the best right back in the world. So that's a bit strange, but yeah. Obviously, Colombia are there. So yeah, like Nonya says, Diaz ain't gonna be going. Salah's not going. So these guys are just gonna get a little holiday and get to refresh, and when the season comes back to go again. And I love how Hamza is with his players and says like, "Oh, I want them all to win the World Cup." I couldn't give a damn. I'm sorry, but I don't care. I want Liverpool to win the Premier League. I want Liverpool to win the Champions League. If one of our boys wins the World Cup, of course I'm going to be happy for them. I'm going to be delighted that they've gone and won the World Cup. It's history. Like, you know, not many people can retire with a World Cup. But at the end of the day, I want Liverpool to win trophies. I want Liverpool to, you know, bounce back after what ultimately was a heartbreaking end to last season. Like, I know we won 2 cups and we can sit there and say that, but at the end of the day, we didn't get what we wanted. And I want next season to be the season where we actually go out there and prove people wrong, because people are sleeping on us. And I don't think that's right, to be honest. The only team that has got anywhere close to Man City, we're being written off because, I said it earlier, we haven't signed a centre mid, which, again, I understand the point. I said I wanted a centre mid this summer. I said I think we needed one. We went for Shermany. We didn't get him. We're waiting for somebody else, probably Jude Bellingham next summer. So that might cost us. We don't know yet. But until I've seen that costs us, I'm confident that we're going to be up there and we're going to win something big next season. These boys have shown me too much. The manager's shown me too much. And I can never bring myself to writing these guys off. So World Cup or no World Cup, I'm going to be confident that we'll win something big next season.
Yeah. Guys, there's 24 of you in here. We need you to smash that like button. Look, we're competing with the big 6 show tonight, and it's tough. It's tough going. But like, we're more fun than them like old men. So no disrespect to Grizz and Kall. I love them really, but we're actually we've got Man City hardcore here, talking his smack as always. So what isn't there to like? No,
I've been saying about that World Cup. See, now you're waking up. Now you're waking up. This is what I've said it.
no,
To
you
me,
have. You said it last time. I give it. You've
I
been
said it.
talking about
I
this.
clocked. I thought Klopp thinks that people are not smart. There's a reason why. I know him. I know. I'm trying to think, why is he not signing a midfielder? And I told you, I clocked that World Cup. He's relying on that. He's calculating it so well. I know, 100%. I believe 100%. I believe that. He's calculating. He's such a calculating man. He's thought so well and said, Hamza's team, Man City, all his players are going to the World Cup.
Klopp said that.
Majority of
Klopp
my
said
players,
Hamza's team, Man City. Klopp was referring to
he
Man
knows. He
City.
knows it's my team. Listen, he knows Man City. It's a Pep's team. He knows the likes of all our players are going to the World Cup nearly, except Haaland and the youngsters. And your players, I told you before, is only Van Dijk. Van Dijk is staying at home. He's not going to play much. Ake is playing the same team as him, so it doesn't matter anyway. So they're both going to stay group stages. We know that the only player, Darwin Núñez, listen, they're not going to go far. They're going to get knocked out. We know the big teams are Argentina. I've got an Argentinian player, Julian Alvarez. He's going World Cup. He starts for Argentina now. I'm sorry about that. Because he plays for Manchester City, you've got the privilege to play for Argentina. This is what happens when you play for a good team. You got the likes of Bernardo Silva, Cancelo, and Diaz have to start for Spain. It has to happen. And then you got the likes of Rodri and Laporte playing for Spain. I'm sorry. My players, Gundogan plays for Germany. I'm sorry. These are great countries that are going to be challenging in the World Cup. People will be watching Man City players in the World Cup. Most of the Liverpool players are not going. These guys are watching my players participate in the World Cup.
And I hope they all play every single minute of the World Cup, Hamza. I hope they all play as much as possible.
But the World Cup is absolutely intense tournament. Everyone wants to win it. Everyone's dream is as a player to win the World Cup. This is the epitome of the world football. This comes only every 4 years. You dream. Neymar's dream is to be remembered as one of the greatest players like Ronaldinho and the Ronaldo R9. I'm sorry. This is where the show is. The show is there and my player want to be there. And I know my players, they're not going to... Listen, my players, I know 100%. And I 100% know my players. My players have got winning mentality. They want to win. They've grown up through Pep. We have to win. And this is the problem. They will go there, risk injuries, and I'm scared that by the time they come back, they've got Leeds on the first game. And Leeds, none of the players have gone to the World Cup. What a shame. And my players have come back tired. And I'm scared that's a game. And if you look back to the season, we're facing a tough January. A very tough January. And Mo Salah would have had, obviously, not kicked the ball for 6 weeks. Relaxed. Massage, going gym every time, watching the World Cup. And my players are risking injuries.
Look, Hamza, first of all, I think you should work for FIFA and like promote the World Cup because there's absolutely zero hype around it. And you've actually got me hyped for the World Cup. So I'll big you up for that one. Second of all, I kind of agree. So your players are going to be tired, but look, we had the same this year. I wouldn't say on like as big a scale, but we had Salah and Mane going to the AFCON, and that's our 2 star forwards that sort of got dragged out in January, February, and look, it could have derailed us.
2 players. I had Mahrez going to AFCON as well. I don't make that.
You got out of the group stages. Salah played 120 minutes all the way until the final, every minute.
It's only 2 players. I'm naming you nearly 80% or 90% of my players. It's rare to come to Man City and say, are you playing the World? It's only Haaland, I'm telling you now. The rest of Man City squad, including my bench. My bench are going to the World Cup. The likes of Calvin Phillips starts for England. This is a shame. The likes of Gundogan, he's on the bench. He starts for Germany. This is the bench players at Man City. This is the level. They're the starters at the top level at the World Cup. So this is what I say, that Liverpool, if they don't win the league this season and they don't deliver trophies, this is a big failure because Pep Guardiola has to be regarded now as the greatest manager ever to have walked this earth if he delivers this trophy with such a tiring squad and the depth that he's not got another replacement for Sterling. I think we have to give him credit this time.
Look, fair play. When he doesn't win it, we'll come back here and act like this never happened, and Hamza will be a sad man. However, I kind of want to ask you both this. I'm gonna go to Ben first. How do you think the season's gonna go for Liverpool? Just in general, what can you see? Just give me a prediction and what you can generally foresee to happen.
We'll be up there, mate. I can't sit here and say we're going to win the league or we're going to do this or that, but we'll be up there. The second is the lowest we'll finish. I said this last season, I'm going to say it again. The team that finishes above Liverpool will win the league. It's as simple as that for me. And if that is Man City, then it's Man City. And kind of expecting it, like not expecting them, because I'll never admit defeat before a season, before a ball's been kicked. You know, if you know me well enough, you know I'll never do that. But City have to be favourites going into this now. They just signed Haaland, they signed Phillips, they're going to sign Cucurella. But Hamza makes a good point. They're losing experience. Sterling, massive, massive loss for them. Like people probably won't know how much of a loss that is until City, you know, potentially start dropping points in games where Sterling might have nodded one away or something. You know, Jesus, he's a big loss. The experience, the pedigree, Fernandinho, like you said, Omz earlier. You know, they're losing experience and they're getting these good players, but Phillips hasn't done it at that level. Cucurella hasn't done it at that level. Even Haaland, he's not done it at that level. He's been an amazing goal scorer for his career so far, of course. But has he done it in a title, you know, contending team? Has he done it in a, you know, Champions League semi-final where City are desperate for a goal? No, not yet. So I'm just looking at those little things. I'm thinking, yes, both unbelievable teams on paper, but you know, like I said earlier, I hope our boys have a reaction from last season. And history has taught us when we missed out on the league in 18-19, the season after we won the league. Similarly, when we missed out on the Champions League in 17-18, we came back in 18-19 and won the Champions League. So I'm just hoping that these, yeah, so we'll win them both next year, eh? Based on that. So
fingers crossed, mate. That would be a dream season. Hamza, how do you think Man City season's gonna go? What can you foresee? What are you doing? The quintuple, the quadruple? Are you winning everything? How do you think your season pans out realistically?
I think it's going to be a very, very, very tough season, guys. It's going to be a very tough season. This is someone I'm a guy who's watched my team win the Premier League so many times, so I'm talking from experience, guys. In terms of if you see, this is going to be a tough season. If you say, Hamza, you've won all those league titles, what's been the hardest one? I'll say this one. This one will be probably the hardest one, because this one I have to make sure I've got a weak squad, as Ben says exactly. I haven't
not weak. I didn't say you've got a weak squad. I didn't say that.
Weaker than last season.
Weaker squad. Okay, I'll give you.
I think weaker as well. I do think you got a weaker squad.
Yeah, weaker squad than last season. We just won by 1 point. I think we haven't replaced Sterling, as we said, and this is completely a big miss. And I think Pep Guardiola here is taking risks, and as a manager, this is what risks he takes as a manager. But this is what makes him an incredible manager. When he took the risk of selling Ronaldinho, people laughed at him. When he took the risks of selling the likes of Eto'o, people laughed at him. When he took the risk of getting rid of Henry afterwards, people laughed at him. But guess what? He won the Champions League. Guess what? He made one of the greatest teams. Guess what? He dominated world football. And this is what makes him a special manager. And I'm humbled to say that he's a manager of my team. And I think, sorry, I was choking there. Nearly cried. I nearly cried, man. It's emotional, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I love him.
He's dying.
Like he's a top manager. I think Liverpool are favourites, no doubt about it. With that World Cup season, I expect from Liverpool this season, and we'll see. We'll see this season. I'm ready. I expect to bring the Premier League. I'm not making excuses not to bring the Premier League. My team expects every single year. I'm knocking here. I expect the Premier League, and I expect more than 2 or 3 trophies. I don't expect one Premier League. I expect multiple trophies in the cabinet. I'm spoiled. I know people say, Hamza, you're just a spoiled guy. I'm sorry. There's a difference about when you're raised as a winner now, and I'm used to winning, and I'm not going to accept failure as a success. I will not accept anything than that. And I've said a common thing, that misconception that I always say to people, that coming second, you will never be remembered. Yeah, all you'll get is certificate of participation. You can always burn a paper and that certificate, but you'll never burn a medal. So to me, I expect medals and cups in that cabinet at Manchester City Football Club, and this is what will make us a great team.
That was a heartwarming speech, Hamza. You almost made me cry. But no, seriously, no, I respect it. I agree to an extent. When you're a winner, you want to keep being ruthless, and I guess that's what Guardiola is. He's a ruthless manager. So look, it's a shame that as a Liverpool fan, one of our best teams or eras is alongside Man City's greatest ever era. So, yeah, I disagree with this. Ben Foster thinks Liverpool struggles.
Yeah,
Man,
he's a muppet.
Get to hashtag United or something. Just play YouTube football and be realistic. For me, I've said this for a while, and I've heard a few fans actually say this. Personally, on this, I think if there is a season that I think Man City's team is more built for the Champions League, and I really hope they don't win it. But I can envision a season where we win the Premier League and Man City win the Champions League, and I think this could be the season. I think our squad might now be more suited for that league. It's not saying we're down for the count in Champions League. I still think we'll make it far, but I think the way City are more likely to be more direct with Haaland, a bit more of an explosive team. I guess they are maybe more suited for the Champions League and can win it, but who knows? You need a Champions League to have heritage. City don't have heritage, so.
No, you can't. You can't say.
I just looked at your face.
Football heritage, no chance. We've got the heritage. I think you should have watched the preseason. I felt sorry. You know, teams like Bayern, you should have seen what happened in America. City versus Bayern, we packed the stadium more, and you could count how many Bayern fans were there. I just felt sorry for Bayern with that heritage.
That's not heritage, though, mate. That's because you're the top team right now. That's not heritage. People go and support the best team, and at the minute, City are the best team.
We're creating that history, the beautiful football. I want to ask Liverpool fans a question: will you win? This is the question: whether you're gonna win the Champions League and the Premier League without Mane. Let's see it now. This will prove us whether you're Mane this season. And that's the question. We will see. And if you don't win it, then we know that Mane was carrying your team. And I think
we'll win one this season.
I think we'll win one.
Yeah, okay, we'll see. We'll see. And Mo Salah has to change his mentality, how he plays. Let's see his selfishness, how he plays as a footballer. Is he gonna feed Darwin Núñez? I want to see that. I'm really
So the man who finished with the most assists in the Premier League last season is selfish, Hamza.
No, the guy who just wants. I think he's a top player. I'll never say. I wanted, in fact, him to win the Ballon d'Or beginning until when AFCON started. Before that, I think he was incredible by far until his confidence. He just lost his confidence after he lost the AFCON, which is unlike. You can't give that to a Ballon d'Or winner. You don't lose confidence after losing a final. You have to lift yourself up. But as Mo Salah, the way he plays, I want to see whether he's normally, he doesn't set up people. I think Mane would have suited Darwin Núñez better. But now the world is watching whether Mo Salah and Darwin Núñez will have a good partnership. I doubt that. I think Mo Salah wants the fame. I think Mo Salah wants to score all the goals. I think Mo Salah wants to be the center of attention. I think Mo Salah wants to break all the records, which it makes you as a good player. But I think Darwin Núñez will have it hard, and he will be told, Mo Salah, that you need to play as a team. But I don't think Mo Salah is a great team player. He's fantastic, because that's what makes you a great player, when you can lift your team by yourself. But I think he can't play with Darwin Núñez. I'm going to see. This is going to be a very interesting season for Liverpool fans. It's going to be a very stressful season as well for that partnership. I want to see what you guys say.
I disagree. I think Mo Salah is a great team player. I think, I can understand why people call him selfish, but the fact of the matter is, a lot of our football goes through that right-hand side, the likes of Trent and Salah. A lot of the chances we create is from there. If anything, Diaz sort of took that responsibility away, because Mane, as much as I love him, in his last year and a bit, he wasn't creating. Still very clinical, still great around the box, but he wasn't creating anywhere near as much as he used to. He wasn't beating people one-on-one. Salah still has that ability to beat people and then open up space for others. So for me, I think Salah's creativity goes under the radar a lot. So Hamza, I'm gonna have to disagree with that. But guys, get some questions in for like us. I've just got a couple questions for the boys, and we'll just finish off with some of your questions. And make sure to smash a like on this video because it's a hard day today. We're competing with the big six, so any little helps to all of you here. You're actually legends because you're choosing us over the clout of the big six. So appreciate it. We'll go back to the community shield. From both of you, I want a team and score prediction. So I guess we'll start with you, Ben.
Right, so my team is Adrian in goal because the other two aren't there. Robbo, Virgil. A lot of people want Khanage, but I want Matip for this one. And Trent. Midfield three of Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago. And then Diaz. I want Nunes to start, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's Firmino. But I'll say Nunes and then Salah. And then I'm saying 2-1 Liverpool. Nunes and Salah.
Nunes winner. And Salah them to assist each other to
goal
shush,
and assist.
And then they'll shush Hamza on Twitter. Hamza, what's your team prediction and what's your score prediction?
Team prediction, I think I'll see Edison in goal, hopefully, because we don't lose against Liverpool if we play Edison in goal normally. So then we got Cancelo, Kyle Walker on both sides, left back and a right back. Then in centre midfield, so we know that Laporte is injured, so it will probably be Stone. It will probably be Diaz and Ake, because it might be Diaz and Stones, because Stones didn't play preseason; he had to stay. So I think he'll play Ake, and then midfield will be Rodri, KDB, Bernardo Silva, Grealish on one side, Ford, Mahrez on the other side, and then the big guy, the big number 9, one of the greatest number 9 ever in Premier League history, Erling Haaland.
Played a total of 0 Premier League games.
And then you're gonna see Pep's not gonna be scared, because I can see if Klopp does not start Darwin Núñez, I think Klopp probably fears the pressure is on the guy. I think he's starting to see the pressure. I'm really interested. If Klopp really believes in Núñez, play him up front. The big game's here. The world's watching. Liverpool, Man City, let's go. Toe to toe.
What's the score?
If we play our first team easy, we beat you. 2-0.
2-0. Okay.
Easy.
Well, for me, I agree with Ben's team. I think Firmino will start. And it's not a dig at Núñez. We've just seen Klopp. He likes to bed his players in. He doesn't take... Like, Fabinho didn't start really until, like, November. So sometimes it takes time to get used to our system. I'm going to go with... I think it'll be a high-scoring game. I think it's going to be 3...
What?
3-1 Liverpool.
Oh my God.
I think Salah will score. I think Van Dijk will score, and I think Núñez will come off the bench and score, and then Grealish will score for Man City. I just Virgil's due another big goal. Do you know what I mean? Just like a bullet header. So if Khanage starts, big threat in the air. We saw what he did to City last season. So
it's dangerous.
Yeah. But guys, get your questions in the chat. We've got a few minutes left. Let us know what you want us to talk about. Guys, what are your thoughts on the Premier League anyway? Like in general, like I'm gonna ask, who do you think's gonna be a bit of a surprise team? Because for me, I like the look of Arsenal, even though they talk like they're gonna win the league. They're not gonna win the league. But I like the look of Arsenal. But I think if we're looking lower down the league, I think Nottingham Forest have made like 10 signings. I know, Ben, is that like your local team? So
yeah. They made some good signings, to be fair. They spent a lot on Taiwo Iwaniyi, though. I don't think the fans are properly convinced with him yet. I know a couple of my really close friends are Forest fans, and it doesn't seem like they're too impressed with him in pre-season. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Obviously, former Liverpool just couldn't get a work permit for us, so was never able to play. Nico Williams, I think that's an amazing signing for them because obviously they couldn't get Jed Spence, and Nico in a back five, I think, is going to be really good because we see for Wales how he's far more attacking than he is defensively. So I think for them in a back five, I think that's going to play to his strengths. They've been all right. I think Forest will stay up. On my predictions, I've put them to finish around 15th or so. But I agree with you, mate. I actually think the top four is going to be City and Liverpool as the top two. Don't know what order yet. I'm going to say Liverpool, obviously. And then I think Spurs and Arsenal. I think Chelsea, as Hamza, if you haven't watched Hamza's TikToks, they've been rejected by like 5 players, and they're really sweating now over there at the bridge. I tell you that much. They need a centre back. They keep getting rejected. And then obviously I think they need a striker as well. Hence why they were going for some of the big names. But look, I just don't see it. I don't rate Tuchel that highly, to be honest. I know he won the Champions League, which is incredible. But compared to Klopp, compared to Guardiola, he's not even worthy of being put in the same bracket. So, I think Arsenal, like you said, have made some good signings as well. Jesus is probably in every single person's FPL team this season from what I've seen. So I think a lot of people are counting on him to do well there. So it's going to be interesting, isn't it? Top 4 races wide open, and even with United and, the new era for like the 5th time since Ferguson, with Eric 10 months, I think Carragher called him. It'd be interesting to see what they do. So yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. Nonya, I'm going to quickly answer this. So quick plug, we've got a fantasy football show coming on. Myself, Keith, who you know, and then a couple newbies. So that'll be starting from next week. But for me, I think Perisic is a must. He's 5.5 mil defender, I think. I haven't actually done my team yet. I don't like doing it until close to the season starts. But he is going to be playing wing back for Spurs and will be contributing a lot. Jesus, I've seen in a lot of people's teams. I've seen the likes of Neco Williams, like you said, in a lot of people's teams. So, yeah, I need to have a proper look. But, there's always going to be some hot takes. For me, any fantasy football people out there, you can always cut down your money. So get the big boys in early. If they don't perform, you can always sort of devalue and maybe share your team around. So, but I think Salah is a must. I've seen a couple teams without Salah, and they look good because you get more money. But, yeah, he is someone that I think you need to... I captain him almost every week. I'm not going to lie, because he's the type of guy that you can just rely on points for. Hamza, we'll finish on you being our guest. I just want a bit of fighting talk on how you think the season's going to pan out to not just Liverpool, but to the rest of the league.
I think, Man City, Liverpool, they're top coaches. Klopp's a good coach. I'll take him. He's going to run us ragged again. No doubt about it. And this guy, Tuchel guy, that I've been after this guy, that they've been comparing to Jurgen Klopp. This guy's not in the same league. I've been telling Chelsea fans for a long time. There's something called Champions League tax that people get once you win the Champions League. Anyone can win the Champions League, but not many people will win the Premier League. That is the classification of a great manager. And not many people will dominate the Premier League. And that's a classification. So Klopp and Pep will be there. Number 3, I think, watch out for Conte, obviously, because he's got the pedigree. He knows how to win. He'll set up his team as a way. He doesn't care about how they play. He goes against anti-Hamza football. Me, I don't like those kind of style of football. He cares about 3 points. That's all he cares about. But one thing about him, if things don't go his way, he walks out. If things don't go his way, he'll start showing you'll start seeing the emotional side of Conte, but he will expect a lot of expectation from his players. You will see his players will work hard this season, but next season he'll probably fight with them. The third one, I think, watch out for Arteta. I've been saying for a long time, watch out for Arteta. When you come from the great school of Man City, he's learned so much. He's learned. No, trust me, I've always said it to Arsenal fans, be patient with him. He has improved that Arsenal squad. That Arsenal squad when they had Ljungberg and he's come. Look what he's done to Saka. Look what he's done to Martinelli. Look what he's done to the players of Gabriel Magalhaes. These are players that become special. Tini is a special player. He's improved them. Now he's got Gabriel Jesus. He will absolutely do well. He's got Zinchenko. He knows what he's building. The only unfortunate thing, they hope that they keep Jesus fit. I've been telling Arsenal fans, if you don't keep Jesus fit, you must have another striker to play up front because he's going to the World Cup. He's going to play for Brazil. So I think Arsenal will surprise everyone. Thomas Tuchel, this guy, he doesn't have a philosophy of playing football. They're going to make excuses that he never got his players. They were sanctioned. The same excuses that Chelsea fans love to make. To these excuses just so that people can feel sorry for them, but which I don't feel sorry for them. Although they beat us in the Champions League, I don't feel sorry for them. And I think Man United, Erik ten Hag, he's a top coach. I'm really looking forward to this game. This is the game I'm looking forward to. Arsenal versus Man United. I want to see who plays more beautiful football. Ten Hag versus Arteta. Arteta plays a very good style of football. Arteta will surprise people. His dream, I told Arsenal fans, the reason why he will do well, because he knows his dream. His dream, he wants to go back to Barcelona to manage Barca or to come to Man City. The Xavi, and that's their dream. It's Arsenal, Barcelona, Manchester City. That's the level. And once you've absolutely got to that level, that's it. You've done it. You've done it in world football. Pepper's done it. And now let's wait who's going to be there. I think that's what Arteta wants. Arteta wants the top job. He's using them, but he's going to do well. Watch what he does with Arsenal.
There is no way in world football that the appeal of Man City is greater than the appeal of Barcelona.
No, now at the moment it is. Not historically, but I'm just saying for the structure that we have in everything in football. Every manager would dream to be in my club because you've got everything. You've got structure, you've got foundation, you've got owners who care about you. We don't make fake money like Barcelona and then go bankrupt 5 months later. We're there, we're stable, we're a stable club.
Well, we can talk about money all we want at Man City, but we've not got all day. So, yeah, guys, we're going to wrap up there. Appreciate all of you watching this. Absolutely quality in the chat. Nonya, everyone, Philip, whoever, Dow's was in there earlier, Anissa, quality, the regulars as always. So appreciate that. Smash the like button. Join this channel as well. Click the join button. It's next to the like button. So while you're liking it, and you get like a load of perks that are there that I won't say now. But yeah, shout out first to our guest, Hamza. You can see him, Man City Hardcore on TikTok. And I think, is it your Twitter's Man City Ultra Fan?
Yeah, Man City Ultra.
There we go, Nonya. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about. And then shout out to my co-host Ben, as always.
Pleasure,
always
bro.
holding it down. You can check out Ben's YouTube, man. Quality content, Rambling Reds. He's always there doing top quality Liverpool content. So if you want more, for me, that's the place I go. So it's the place you should go.
Wow,
so
thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Shout out Ben's channel. Let's help him grow. And yeah, that's it, guys. Community Shield on Saturday. I don't know what else I'm gonna do today, so I'll probably jump on Hamza's TikTok and see him slander teams. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the game, and we'll see you next week. And mate, the Premier League is back. The season's back. I care about football again. So have a good one and peace.